Hi, this is Nhan Nguyen from Advanced Property Strategies. I'm also the co-author of the best-selling book, Property Millionaire. We're back for another week of negotiating strategies for Australian Property Investor magazine. And for some of you, you may have not read my book or heard about me, but I'll tell you a little bit more about my story so that you get to know me more and find out how I got on this journey. Some of you might have been asking along the way through, how did somebody, I'm only 31, ended up doing $20 million worth of property deals within a period of 10 years? Right? So more so what may be interesting to you is, how did I start and how you can progress on your property journey? Right? Because I didn't start doing a property deal that was $5 million. No way. I really started with a really small deal of only $55,000. So on my first deal, I had $4,000, the first homeowners grant, and I went out and bought a house in a suburb called Goodna, which is about 25 k's out of Brisbane CBD towards the Ipswich part of town. So please don't hold that against me. I grew up in a housing commission estate and my parents were poor, but they taught me, they gave me a really great work ethic, and I studied hard and I went out there and I learned as much as I can about money, wealth creation, and being able to do deals. Right? So I started out doing just a small deal and it took me really 6 months to buy my first property deal. I looked and I went to a lot of seminars, a lot of courses, a lot of DVDs, a lot of books, a lot of questions, no answers, a lot of frustration. I put out dozens and dozens and dozens of offers, but I didn't find really the deal that I was happy with for a long time. So it took me, I was 21 at the time, it took me about 6 months to find and buy my first house. And so what I did was I used the first homeowners grant, and not only that, I moved in with the tenants, right? And one of the things I did, was I could have somebody helping me pay the mortgage repayments. And you might think that's funny, and I probably wouldn't do that now. I'm married, got a daughter, and we probably couldn't buy a house and move in with the tenants. But at that time, being single, that was a really practical way to go, to be able to have a house, have someone else pay for the mortgage repayments, and live very comfortably. I'm 21, just out of university, and when you're in university, you don't have very many expenses. So that's how I started out. And then over the next 2 to 3 months, I really had a goal of doing 200 properties. So I bought another property about 2 months later and another property 2 months later. So in a period of 3 to 6 months, I bought 3 properties. But then the issues that I had was I had really bad tenants in my first property. I kicked the initial tenants out and I had new tenants in there. And these tenants, I was my own property manager. And if a word of advice that I can give you, don't be your own property manager unless you're a trained professional. This is not an easy job. This is not an easy job, And I've been doing property for many years and I refuse to be my own property manager because it is a full-time professional's job to do this. So anyway, I put my own tenants in and they trashed the property. Absolutely trashed the property, and I decided that property didn't work and it was the stupidest thing I could have done, and I sold everything. This was back in 2001, 2002, and this was right before the property boom in Brisbane. Some of you may have heard about me, but one of the things I want to let you know is that I did not make a lot of money during that particular property boom simply because I wasn't in the market. It wasn't until 2003, 2004, I did an amazing course called Landmark. The Landmark Forum, it's a course that many people and millions of people have done, and that shifted my life. And in that course, I was able to deal with the baggage that I had about my property and all the other things that were going in my life. So back then, back in 2003, 2004, I did that course and I was back on the bandwagon and on again. So from there, I started to do more and more deals, and I had the confidence to go and find money partners to be able to buy properties using none of my own money. See, the only deal that I've ever done using my own money was actually my first deal. I put $4,000 in. The deals after that, I either borrowed the deposit or found an investor or used various other strategies to be able to do no money down deals. That's another series and another set of videos altogether, but really today we're going to be talking about negotiating strategies. So, continuing on our negotiating strategies theme, what I want to talk to you about today in terms of negotiating strategies, you need to know what you want. You need to know what you want. A lot of people, they read the magazines, they look at the internet, they watch videos, they look at the news, and there's heaps on at the moment. Is it a mining boom? Are we getting gold and silver resources? What's happening? Is it an internet boom? What should we get into? And people are often swayed by the ups and downs of the marketplace and what other people are doing. So what a negotiating strategy, you may not think it's a negotiating strategy, but it is that you need to know what you want. Do you want cash flow? Do you want capital gain? Do you want to buy and sell quickly? Do you want to quit your job? Do you want to stay in your job and just accumulate portfolio? And that will allow you to find deals a lot easier. So you need to write down, I suggest you take a couple of minutes now, sit down, spend 5-10 minutes just writing down what you want in your life, not just in the areas of wealth and money, but all the other areas of your life, health, relationships, because it is just a big picture. And so getting what you want in negotiating involves many areas of your life. So, because the thing about getting what you want is if you get all the wealth that you want, but you don't get the health that you want, well, you're in trouble. So I'm going to finish up there. So what I suggest you do once this video is finished is get out a blank sheet of paper, if you haven't done this already, is write down what do you want to achieve, what you want to achieve, and therefore working from your goals and your targets when you're going out there and negotiating next, you know exactly what you want. Till next time, this is Nhan Nguyen from Advanced Property Strategies. Hi, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want further information as well as a free DVD on 5 no money down strategies, go to www.advancedpropertystrategies.com. You'll see the URL come up on your screen, and just sign up there for your free DVD, 5 no money down strategies, valued at $97, and we'll send it out to you ASAP. Also, you get the opportunity to watch it live stream from the website. Thanks a lot, and see you next time.